Yeah.
Nah, forget those dragons. I'm good. The whole.
I know all of this picture. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that we're getting that picture.
That's not even.
I'm not surprised we're getting that picture.
That's funny.
What up, everybody?
Yeah, hey everybody, you're watching the Nerdgasm podcast.
I don't get Superman. For me, Superman's worse. And I'm not talking about in this movie or in the.
Is Appa the Chewie of the Avatar movie?
Yes, he is.
Okay, I'll behave. Okay.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the DCEU tier list.
Are we doing
We are
another
going to be
intro?
talking. We're going to be talking all the DC movies. Yes.
Okay, do you have to change the background now? Cause
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If you're wondering, we are coming from a Yu-Gi-Oh video, but this is a whole other video, so we're going to be getting some other backgrounds in there.
Yeah.
anyway,
I figured because we talk a lot and tangent a lot, I think what we can do first is let's do the tier list, and then I think we can do a general discussion on our thoughts about DC and the future plans of where the movie universe is going to go.
Okay, all right.
I would have preferred to do it first, but I'm just worried about time.
Yeah, no. I think let's go. What's this? Let's go tier list, and then let's go. Yeah, let's go tier list, and then let's go.
Henry Cavill, is that you?
why do you think I was?
Of course.
Yeah.
But they did him dirty. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna cap or whatever. Like they did his Superman dirty.
True.
I'm not even gonna bother finding a Superman-esque picture for the background.
I wanted to include Wonder Woman, but my head is covering her face, so
Yeah,
Oh, I
same.
thought you put your Wi-Fi URL.
no.
Uh,
I mean,
Oh,
look,
and Cyborg. I almost forgot about you.
wrong. Wonder Woman is like my second wife, though. But yo,
Wow.
So you in double jeopardy, Moose. Hi.
It sounds like a guy who's willing to sleep with Daenerys and Miss Sunday.
Yeah, you guys threw me off with Daenerys. I'm like, why the hell are you guys marrying Daenerys?
Wait, did I say I would marry Daenerys?
No, he wouldn't. He said
Oh,
he
Mr. Yeah, I think you were marrying I forgot her name, but Black for better with
Miss Sunday. You're marrying
no,
Miss Sunday.
Missandei, yes. Daenerys is slave lady, but like
Oh, right. No, Daenerys is nuts. I would
Daenerys is
never.
crazy.
I'll clap those crazy cheeks any day, bro.
And then she'll kill you with dragons.
It's fine. Dracarys all you want, but
That's
hey,
crazy.
I clap those cheeks. I'm all good.
It never works out well for anybody that claps
No one.
Daenerys, dude.
My entire life, all my friends have told me don't fuck with crazy. But then when it comes to dragons, to a chance to ride a dragon, I would like.
Yeah.
Nah, forget those dragons. I'm good. The whole.
I know all of this picture. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that we're getting that picture.
That's not even
I'm not surprised we're getting that picture.
That's funny. That's
What,
I-
did you expect something else?
The hairiest chest.
Look, this wallpaper looks so good visually, but I want to show Wonder Woman, man. Even if it's for a split second.
yeah.
Put Wonder Woman then. It's fine. I have to find that.
All right, let's jump into it, gents. Let's get this list going. I've got Mr. Do You Bleed,
Yeah, Mr. Do you bleed?
which
You
is a
will.
dumb line to me because I'm like, dog, you just rode your Batmobile into him and nothing happened. I don't know why you're asking him.
Can you guys let me know if you can see it?
I got my
I
husband.
can see it.
All right.
I got my husband on it. Me
Yeah.
and
All right.
my hubby.
let's-
This is me.
Let's try and organize this. So we've got S, which will obviously be, I guess, super.
Super side. Like hot shit.
A, I guess, would be great. Once again.
All right.
Sorry, that's a horrible spelling of great. Great. B will be good.
English is not of our mother. It's okay.
As usual, be mid.
Guys,
E
please
will be
forgive
bad.
me if I change my backgrounds from time to time.
And then
All
F
right.
will be okay. Let me try and be PC.
Extra whack.
Extra whack.
Hot
No.
garbage.
Hot garbo.
Yes, right hot garb.
Hot garbage.
And then haven't watched.
All right. Cool.
So
Because there's a few on here I haven't watched.
I'm just gonna run through the list just in case there's something I missed. But we've got Man of Steel, we've got Batman vs Superman, we've got Wonder Woman, we got the first Justice League.
There's Snyder Cut. I was like, where's Snyder Cut?
Then we've got Suicide Squad, then Shazam, then Aquaman, then Wonder Woman 84, then Birds of Prey, then The Suicide Squad, Peacemaker, which was HBO series. We've got Zack Snyder's Justice League. Then we've got Black Adam. Then we've got Shazam 2. I forgot the full title. And then there's The Flash, Fear of the Gods. Okay. And then we've got The Flash, and then we've got Blue Beetle. And that sums up the entire DCEU. As far as we know, Black Beetle is the last entry. I don't think they're actually revisiting this universe anymore.
Well,
I think Blue Beetle is supposed to be connected to the DCU. I don't know. But anyway.
Yeah,
the James Gunn stuff.
I think it's supposed to. We'll find out. Nobody knows what's going on.
But I haven't watched the movie, but I think, isn't there a cameo from someone?
No, not in Blue Beetle, I don't think. But I haven't watched the movie either.
Oh, fair enough.
I kind of checked out of the superhero projects just because of the T'Challa thing. It's just like the people I want are not there, so I don't care.
I just want to add, I foresee some intense arguments coming here because when I looked at this roster, I just realized, actually, I've seen a few. I have a lot of feelings about a lot of these movies, actually.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
all right, let's show Man of Steel.
Man of Steel.
Super. It's the only super one. Yes,
Super.
It's the only super one I can.
I'll go for great.
Super.
I also go for great.
Okay.
Great.
In retrospect, it's pretty good.
Where did you get your training, BuckMeister? From a farm?
I will find him.
I will find him, Laura.
I would give it
him.
good. I would give it good at best.
Where is the codex?
You know what? Actually, I know where this is. This is your beef because Superman kills everybody at the end.
No, there's a few things. Like one, the things happening out of sequence where we get to see Kal-El growing up, and then we get to see like what type of man will you be. But it's just like, but you already showed us in the beginning of what type of man he will be. So that's kind of feels out of sequence. Also, like that bar scene was kind of weird because it was just like, Kal-El, just throw him out the bar. I don't know why you're doing this whole business of taking the water to the face.
That was like a Superman 2 sort of like homage. If you guys remember Superman.
Yeah, no, I'm saying I get that, but you know what he did in Superman 2? He beat them up. He just tossed them out of the bar, and it was like nobody had any questions because they were messing with him for so long. Right. So I just feel like if he did that, it would have been fine. And then the other thing is, Pa Kent's death in this is one of the dumbest deaths in all of cinema. Yeah, it is so stupid.
This is dumber than the Reed Richards moment. Like,
my God.
This is super dumb. Like,
no, I don't know. I think it's on par with the Reed Richards moment. Because Reed Richards, the thing that makes it worse is that they say he's the smartest man in the universe.
Right.
Yeah.
But like this one for me, it was just like, he can move at super speed. Why would you go to the tornado? No one would see nothing. And also, apparently it's terrible form to stand under a bridge during a tornado.
He just wanted to die. He was tired of it.
No, but I'm just saying, like, that's the thing. Like, the Kevin Costner's performance was amazing, but it was just like that writing in that thing was just like, ugh.
You know, sometimes when I look at projects like that, I feel like there's maybe like 2 or 3 writers. You can tell that there was one good writer there. Since like when Clark actually got his laser eyes moment and he was in school and his mom had to come in and help out. Like moments where, Zod comes in for the first time with that whole broadcast. You know, there's like really good scenes. Even when Superman was fighting Zod for the first time, it's like, don't ever touch my mother.
You think you can threaten my mother? Like,
Those are really good scenes. Even the writing, man, when he came to the ship and he started bleeding and feeling all woozy and they're explaining why, amazing. But then you get the Park Kent and the dog scene and you know, what's going on?
Like I still maintain good. I would say this is good because there's a lot of good stuff in it. It's just that the bad stuff in it there is also like the third act goes on for way too long. There's too much stuff happening. He's fighting the ship is blowing up the city. Then also Superman in poor form decides to just laser and destroy his entire race in the middle of the city. He didn't even try and fly the plane up into the sky before he decided to laser everything.
I think also the interrogation scene, actually, that's where things started dipping for me. It's like, sure, we get that you're strong and you're trying to show everybody that you're not a threat and you're explaining that this S is for hope. I don't want to see that stuff. Like,
yeah, also, we want this human woman. Why Lois Lane?
I am General Zod wants that woman.
No, I think it's because I think the logic is that he sees the weakness of Kal-El's humanity and he's like, I can take advantage of him via her.
But
why? How would they know?
The only way I can know is that
I guess super senses and pheromones.
And she calls him Clark in public, like Clark.
I can tell you why. One is because they figured out through everybody else going crazy after that woman that okay, this woman knows who Kal-El is.
But it is very contrived. It's very much like because Lois Lane has the habit of just inviting herself to things she should not be in.
Let's put it into context. This is the dumbest rendition of Lois Lane in all of media.
No, I think the performance is
which
great.
other Lois Lane is dumber than this one? Please,
don't know. Is it the next movie?
No, I don't think it's her. I don't think Lois Lane is dumb in this. I think everyone else around her is dumb. I think the military people who invited the press are dumb because why would you invite the press? Of course, if you invite the press, Lois Lane is gonna go. If she knows she's invited, why wouldn't she go? But the military, why are you inviting the civilian to an alien site that you're just going to deny later? That doesn't make sense.
Shouldn't this be like a top secret mission?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You see, that's why you realize that John Jones is. But okay, we'll get there.
John Jones is the biggest asshole. I said it before.
And then also, like,
I will say it again.
the other thing is the Perry White race swap. I mean, whatever. I'm never a fan of that stuff, but it's okay. I don't care.
It doesn't really change anything.
Okay, I think I'm siding with BuckMeister. I think this is a good.
I think
the stuff in it that's good is really good, but the bad stuff.
There are scenes that are great. Are you going to tell me that whole terraforming the world scene didn't seem cool?
Look, I don't want to lie. The hyper fighting in this movie was probably the best I've seen in any.
Yes. Compare all the other fight sequences in any other of these other movies.
And funny enough, I was gonna say this is the superior fighting.
Yeah.
In any DCEU film, funny enough, like
everything else is downhill from here.
I don't know. Wonder Woman had a couple of decent fight scenes.
But it was not better than this.
Not better than this.
I mean, The Flash recreates this, but
yeah.
So I'd say it's the same.
That's just sloppy seconds.
Yeah.
Until that,
the only thing is that the action is undercut by the destruction. It's too much.
Yeah. I do get that, but
in Battle of Gods, in Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods, Beerus and Goku fight through the city, and they don't even destroy a smidge of what they destroy in this movie.
True. Look, the thing is, this movie is very replayable. I'm not gonna lie. I can't say the things that I have gripes with don't make me not watch the movie.
Are you gonna tell me that Mr. Extrodin, the movie that features your favorite waifu, is going to just be relegated to just good?
No, it's great.
Thank you.
No, the other thing is like the Kryptonian technology in society. I don't get it. I don't understand how it functions. I don't understand how it works. Everybody's either a scientist.
The biggest tragedy that we have from this cinematic universe was them cutting out the second and third Superman films because we are supposed to get a little bit of lore regarding Kryptonians, their lives, what
Because
was
those,
what were
And
they
then
like in the
also,
scene?
why didn't Kal-El, Zor-El is Jor-El, there we go.
yeah.
Why didn't Jor-El also make a virtual thing for his wife? Why did he only make it for him?
Bitch,
That's true.
patriarchy.
But also like the first 10 minutes, like they just felt super long for me. Like we don't really have to see Russell Crowe swimming and
Yeah,
doing all these things. Like for
The
what?
fight scene was cool, and the when he kicks the asses of Zod's dudes, that was cool. I did like that aspect that in this society, if you're born a scientist, you can go take a year off to learn martial arts, and nobody's going to be able to process. Or you can take a year off to watch the Dark Knight trilogy, and then you can learn elbows and knees, and everybody's confused as to why you're throwing all of these elbows and knees. That was kind of cool. Also, like when he takes his Superman drawers and he takes that thing and it's like this codex is ancient, and the first thing he does is he like smashes it on some rock or something, and I'm like, why didn't it break? That thing should have just crumbled to pieces. But I don't know, the Kryptonian bones, I guess.
yeah.
But can you guys deny that Zod is probably the best villain in this entire universe?
He's good. He's not great.
Like
Which,
who's better than him?
That's probably true.
I wanted to put into the context like we can't compare we are comparing in this cinematic universe.
Yes, this
We can't compare this tier with other sources of media because
Yeah.
if we do that, everything here is going to be shit.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
So
But like who's better than him here? Like who's better than Zod?
In these movies, I don't know. Starro was interesting from the Suicide Squad.
Starro was just a sad little
Better
thing that
than Zod?
the only speech he has is when he's dying.
I get that, but I'm saying like the concept of him and how he's technically not the bad guy, but he is because of what he's doing to take over all of these people's minds. I thought
Yeah.
that was kind of interesting. But like if you're talking about a talking villain, no, there's no one better than Zod.
I mean, the dialogues he has with the artificial technology Jor-El, it's like, stop this, Zod. We are talking about genocide, and it's like, yes, and I'm discussing its merits with a ghost.
Mm.
So it's one of those things. And then Jor-El makes that last quip like, my son is 10 times the man that you ever were. And then you see Zod snap. It's like, I wonder, he gave you his memories. Did he also give you his pain? I will find your son and I will kill your son and strip the codex from his very bones. Those are the types of that's a super villain line where it doesn't have to result with the villain having an evil laugh or anything like that. Zod's default weakness is his anger. Whenever he gets angry, he stops thinking rationally,
And
and you see it in that moment.
to be honest, at this point in time, I think this movie came out in 2013. And Marvel, I think the MCU at this time probably had maybe 4 or 5 movies. I remember Avengers had already came out, and you could say that this Zod could maybe be toe to toe on the same level as maybe Loki, because remember MCU villains sucked at this point. Thanos was not here yet, you know.
No, I'm saying, yeah, I find him to be a decent villain and all of that stuff. But I think also the other thing is when I was thinking about this movie, because I remember I watched it and I thought about it for a bit, I was just like, but Superman, why don't you take advantage of the fact that their senses are getting overloaded? Like, you experienced how that was horrible for you. You should have probably... Did he? In what fight?
That whole embarrassing fight he fought against that woman in Smallville.
Yeah.
I don't remember, like, I'm saying, why don't you try, like, thunder clapping their ears? I'm pretty sure that would take them out of commission.
But he did that, though. Tebello's right. I do remember him strategically doing that here.
He does that to Zod. That's why Zod has that wonderful...
Does he do this? Does he do this to Zod? Because that would be the first
No,
thing
he knocks out his atmospheric thing, and then he's like, what have you done to me? He's like, oh, you're taking it all in, and it
but I'm saying, like, that's the thing. Don't talk. Punch while he's busy.
He didn't have time to do that. The moment after that Zod's backup team came and cheated, it's like, oh, shoot him, boom.
No,
Take
but I'm
that.
saying, this is what I'm saying, is that this whole you're taking it all in. No, go. That was
But
the
you see,
first thing I'm
this
screaming.
this is why I was saying yesterday that this is why you need a Batman, someone who actually thinks doesn't have these powers. Like, Clark, what are you doing?
Like, this is not the time for speeches and dialogue. Punch him.
And
Like,
then we also have that wonderful speech from the mad scientist of the Kryptonians. They're like, what happened down there? He exposed a temporary weakness. It is of little consequence, because I have located the codex. It was never in the capsule. Jarrell took the codex and bonded it into his son's individual cells. How? How? Can someone explain how?
still doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Would have
No,
made
again, I still
would have
think
made
there's a
sense
lot
if it
of
was
good
on the
things.
ship.
There's a lot of good things in this movie. I also hate the climax. I really don't like that climax. It doesn't make Superman look heroic. And also, like, the way he saves that family, I'm just like, you had other options.
You can
Like, you
fly.
could have super speeded into him. You could have, I don't know, yelled into his ear because he has super sensitive hearing or something. Or you could have used your own laser or whatever, or tackle him into space.
Or make
Like,
him look down. You're holding him by the head.
yeah. Like and I know that killing villains is not like a taboo thing I mean, Marvel, the Avengers kill villains all the time or whatever, or that stuff. But it's like, it feels like with the Avengers, it feels like they're ragtag, and Superman feels like he has all of these options. It's part
At
of the
the
reason
same
why.
time, I just want to demystify things a little bit. The idea that Superman doesn't kill is a big ass lie.
Yeah. Look, I think they just wanted us to think about how it's either the last Kryptonian that he's probably gonna engage with versus human beings. And now he just has to make that decision. That's why after
Ah, fuck
he's
Yeah, but
him.
I'm saying it's undercut by all the destruction, because I'm like, you were banging up to kill him 5 minutes ago when you were running his face through a building. Why
No,
is
I also get in Superman's defense when it comes to the destruction and violence. This is the first time he's faced against a super tier villain.
No,
yeah.
that's true. But then
In
I'm
this
like,
canon.
when he's in space, why does he go back down to Metropolis?
Because like I said, it's his first time facing against a super tier villain.
No, but I'm saying he was in space. You don't think Zod would have followed him?
Zod did follow him.
No, I'm saying he flies on the satellite. He lands on Wayne's satellite, and then what does Superman do?
Oh
He
no,
flies
Zod kicks
straight
it
back
down.
down.
He flies straight back down. That's what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. Take it somewhere else. Lure Zod out of the city.
Which is why I say we can give that to his inexperience.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
But then explain why he's kissing Lois Lane in the middle of the destruction.
hey first.
Like I said, it feels like there's two or three writers in this thing, and the other writers just said you need a kissing scene.
No, and I'm saying also the way he was operating in Smallville, he did nothing. He did none of that stuff in the main battle. That's why I'm like, this experience thing, I can't really buy it, because in Smallville, he's actively saving people and making strategic choices to save them while fighting 3 Kryptonians at the same time.
Like I said, more than one writer.
Yeah,
That's the only thing that makes sense right
This
now.
is definitely bullshit writing. Yes.
I think this is probably the first civil war we're gonna have, guys.
Yeah, this is
I'm
a
with, I'm with BuckMeister on this
But
one. Man.
my verdict still holds on great.
Henry Cavill is great. Henry Cavill is great. The
Yeah,
performances
it's a
are
great-
fantastic, and the dialogue is good. But it's just the character action.
And I may catch some flack for this, but it's his best performance as Superman.
Yeah.
It's all downhill from here.
It's the only one he got
That's
to
a flag
perform
for
in.
that.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's the only one he got to perform in. The next movie, he doesn't get to do
A
anything.
supporting character in all
Yeah.
these other movies.
So
Damn.
I'm still gonna I defending my great status. I don't know how.
You see
I had
you see
Super.
how you guys came at me for my bias of T'Challa. This is a Henry Cavill bias.
This is a Henry
Yeah,
Cavill.
this
bias.
is my Henry Cavill defense. That's
No,
why
like,
I started at Super.
let me be honest. Nah, I feel like if this movie when it came out, yes, sure, it was not the best, but I feel like it was a good start of what could have been a great cinematic universe. But I think because they were so happy to see that the fans were so happy to see Henry Cavill, they jumped the gun and did Batman v Superman. And
No, I think also the way
Wants
that
to compete
Snyder
with-
wrote this, I think the way that Snyder wrote this, he didn't create a lot of room for Superman. Zod should not have been Superman's first villain. If anything, I would have gone with somebody like Parasite, because
No,
then it allowed.
if anything, they should have stuck to the source material. Lex Luthor should have been his first and biggest villain.
No, not his first.
No,
I think
not
you
like
gotta
not
build
like
up. Like, I think if I was writing this, I would have had Parasite first, and I would have had Lex Luthor be responsible for creating Parasite, and
Yeah,
then I would have had Lex Luthor floating in the background,
but
trying
then
to
you can do
assess.
something similar
and
with
then
that.
at the end of the movie, we have the typical dialogue between Batman and Superman and Lex Luthor. Like,
Yeah,
I know you're responsible. I know you fucked up. I'm watching you. And then that's how the movie would end. Look,
yeah,
we could write.
something like that. Because I think the thing is, Zod is too big to start. That's the problem. You gotta.
Yeah, because after
Like,
Zod,
even Batman Begins, they didn't start with the Joker. They went to the League of Shadows, and the League of Shadows is smaller than the Joker. So I think that's the thing. Is
no,
like he shot too high to the ceiling.
no, he was also planning on making Darkseid the big bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that, but you
Yeah,
can't
so-
you can't just keep stacking it up like that. I think you have to start small-ish. Like, you
Yeah.
gotta tease Zod. Like that opening, if we got to see Zod go into the weird phallic-shaped rockets, which why? But anyway, those weird
But I think
rockets that go into the
I think also they wanted to make this movie dark, right? I think that's why they started with Zod and this
Yeah, but
whole
I think Parasite would have fit that perfectly, because Parasite, it would have been that thing of a Titan going up against a Goliath, and his power is inherently dark in that he saps the energy from the people. So you could have made that weird and horrific and disgusting
Yeah.
to contrast
But
somebody like Superman.
Can you? Zack Snyder does not read the source material. Can someone tell me if I'm wrong or not?
No,
he does
I
read
think
So
no. He reads some
what he
stuff. He
likes.
reads like graphic novels, but
Yeah.
he doesn't read like the actual stuff that led up to the graphic novels.
Just
Because
like
the next movie.
Christopher Nolan is the same though. Like
No, Christopher Nolan consulted thingy. He consulted a lot of the comic books before he made Batman Begins.
but he didn't read them. You know what
No,
I'm saying?
he didn't grow up reading them, but I'm saying
Yeah.
the thing that makes him a fantastic filmmaker is that he said, "Okay, what am I adapting? What can
This
I
is-
distill?"
this is our longest fight ever. You noticed?
Oh Lord. Anyway, I'm saying Christopher
Why
Nolan.
do you consider these things fights, guys? It's just-
Anyway, I'm saying Christopher Nolan, he said in interviews, what can I distill to make, because the thing is, the reason why Batman is palpable for him is because he's realistic. There's nothing like fantastical about him. So I can ground this in something. That's kind of because you like there's a moment that's brilliant in Dark Knight where Bruce Wayne gives that speech to the people, and then he like walks off into the balcony and Rachel follows him, and then you see him chuck the alcohol out of the glass. Now, if you're a Batman fan, you know exactly why he does that, because it's from the comic books. Because Batman has to be a physical specimen, so he can't drown his body in alcohol or let his body touch alcohol at all, because it will ruin his peak physical ability.
Okay.
Yeah, look, we're gonna go on forever. I think
Yeah. So
it's either
I,
good or good. We just
I started from super, so I'll go down to great, but it's fine.
Good.
say it's
You
great.
really think? Okay, anyways.
Compared to the others,
I say it's
compared to
great.
the others, absolutely.
I say it's great.
Good. I cannot shift.
I say it's
Yeah.
great.
I'm sorry, Buckmeister. For the sake of time, I'm gonna
Okay.
shift. I don't agree, but I'll shift
Okay.
for the sake of time.
We need to toss a coin, man. Like, do you guys have a coin? And then let's just heads or tails it.
No.
shit.
Just let's.
We shall leave
Okay.
it to fate.
Great.
I summon
Yes. Mid. This
Good.
one is mid.
mid at best.
It's good.
No,
I'm
actually,
also-
it's bad.
I think it's
Actually,
good.
it's bad. It's
No, it's
bad.
good.
This
think
movie's
it's
terrible. I
Like,
hate
this
it.
is one of the best Batman we ever got.
I love Bruce.
So Batman alone is the only thing that saves it. Otherwise, this
And
movie
Wonder
is
Woman.
terrible.
No. It's Batman's performance. It's Wonder Woman coming in clutch in the third act. That's it.
This movie is straight garbage, but no, this movie is actually it should be extra whack hot garbage. But
Lex Luthor
the
is
great
the
moments-
worst thing in this movie.
No,
the great moments are good.
Doomsday. Doomsday alone. It's
that's the
terrible.
thing.
This movie doesn't even make sense. It has like 5 acts,
How
and
dare
they're
they?
all disconnected from each other.
How dare they retcon Doomsday?
Ugh.
This
No,
movie is hot garbage.
the thingy, Superman, and that other thing, and the Senate scene when they blow up the Senate. I'm just like, everybody goes, well, Superman couldn't see it with his X-ray vision. He couldn't hear a ticking sound with his super hearing.
Well, bombs
Lex
don't have
Luthor's
ticks.
urine and stuff.
Bombs don't have ticks.
No, they've got something. There's wires or something. He could have heard something. You
How
can't
many
tell me-
hundreds of wires are in that building
No.
as we speak?
No, but
The
I'm
red
saying
capes are
he
coming.
heard Lois Lane in Africa. He heard Lois
The
Lane
red
in
capes are
Africa.
And
The red
he's
capes are coming.
and
What are
he's
you
hearing
talking
everyone
about?
else at the same time.
No, he heard Lois Lane in Africa, and he went to go find her. How?
Actually, you know what? This is the thing. So I started off with good because I love watching this movie, but for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
No,
And this movie is so rewatchable
I'm
because it's
saying,
so bad.
You can't
But
tell me he can find Lois Lane in Africa, but he couldn't hear that a bomb was about to go off. You can't do that. You can't tell me he heard Lois Lane falling from a building, but he can't find this bomb. You can't tell me he can't find Martha, but he
Where
can
do you
find
put
Lois
this,
Lane in
BuckMeister?
another country. You know how much listening that is? Do you know how
Where
much
do you-
listening that is?
where do
He
you
was
put this-
listening across continents.
yeah.
Where do you put this movie, Buck?
Bad, whack.
Okay, yeah,
Oh,
Pila?
bad. I'll say bad. Bad. I won't say
I-
extra whack.
I'm
Bad.
so conflicted because I
I
really
gave it a
enjoy
mid.
this movie.
I
This
gave it a mid. Do you know why? Let me
Why?
defend it. Let me just defend the
Yes.
undefendable for one moment, right? Okay, there is one thing, like our last discussion. Some of the things that are saved, a bad movie is sometimes saved by good music, and that Hans Zimmer score of Wonder Woman when she enters into the scene
Okay.
just gave it that much enough. Like, you know what? It's worth watching because that her entrance, she blocks the laser beam, and she with the dramatic.
Can we talk
clang-
about how hella random her entrance is, though? That the fact that she meets Batman at like this regular
Wonder
party
Woman,
or whatever.
Wonder Woman, for me, is in the one of the things that makes this movie whack.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm
And
just,
also, like, can we talk about the random Justice League cameos
You know?
where Lex Luthor
Yeah.
apparently made
You know what?
he made
If this-
he made
if this
logos for all of the
But the
superheroes?
warehouse scene, though, it's
No,
fun.
wait,
I
hold
was-
up. You also have to talk about why does he have an issue with Superman if he knows somebody that can move at the speed of light? If he knows a guy who's the king of the ocean,
Because Superman
Because-
killed the
See,
random guy
he
in
saw
the
t-
building. That's
Yeah.
how he
On
feels.
TV. He
and,
saw.
and mommy
He
and
killed
daddy
Mark.
are gone.
Mark
But he-
from
but
accounting.
he knows like, and also, okay, Lex, you know of how many metahumans. Lex, you know of how many metahumans, and the person you're going to manipulate is the guy without powers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you know why? He's got money.
No, I'm saying Batman doesn't have superpowers. Flash, Aquaman, and Cyborg have superpowers.
Yeah, but
You don't think it would be easier to convince the metahumans to gang up on Superman?
no,
I
it
said-
would be
I
harder.
said-
in
And
this
then you also found kryptonite. Why don't
yes,
you just give it to Flash and let him just punch Superman with the kryptonite?
No, but like, do you realize how good this movie is on mute, though? Like, no, but I'll be honest though. Like, if you just play the movie on TV and you're not like listening to anything or following the plot, and you're just watching the frames, this movie is like, mwah.
No, that's the
Look,
thing.
like,
Frames
I
are
want to
frames.
add-
Okay, sorry, go ahead,
Say-
guys.
Let us say this quickly. I just wanted to say that had Zack Snyder done a solo Batman film, it probably would have been one of the best Batman solo films
No.
we've ever had.
Nope.
I believe so.
Nope.
I believe so.
Let me
I'm
tell
just-
you
I'm not
why.
a fan of
Let
the
me tell
killing
you why.
Batman thing.
Let me tell you
You're
why.
not a fan of
Okay.
what?
The killing Batman, but let me tell you why this Batman doesn't work for me, right? Strategically, he makes the worst decisions before he goes into a battle. He makes
Okay.
the worst decisions. He knows that there's a hostage, and the first thing he does is one of the flashiest entrances that would obviously have gotten the hostage killed if it wasn't for the plot. Batman wouldn't have come in blowing up cars if he knows there's a hostage. In fact, in the Arkham games, you're supposed to hide from the people who are holding people hostage so you can take out the dude who's holding someone hostage so they
Then
don't kill.
why are you thinking like a filmmaker? Think like Zack Snyder, dude. How else do we get action sequences, bro? Stop thinking like
I
a common
just want
sense
you to
person.
answer your major questions. One, the reason why. Okay, I'm trying to trying to fit my head into, but obviously large head into Snyder's writing perspective. One, Batman is more easily manipulated than the other guys. Two, the only one he knows.
Batman?
Yes, he is.
Batman.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, you got the kryptonite. Lex Luthor.
Batman is one. The only thing that told Batman this guy's a bad guy is one, Mark from accounting. Two, little baby girl saying, "Where's your mommy?" And she points at the building. And instant flashback to him being a kid, being an orphan. That was all he needed. All he needed.
Yeah, but he would have
Yeah.
investigated Lex Luthor and found out Lex Luthor was a maniac.
True.
But he was going that already with his biases.
Yeah, okay, sure, but like
Yeah.
also he would have investigated Superman to find out that Superman has a mom, and then find out that Superman has 1, 2, 3, 4, and that he has a regular job, and that he has a wife, and we would also see all the stuff that Superman is doing on screen to save people.
Okay, wait. I have a question for
Yes.
BuckMeister. If you remove logic from your mind and you just watch this movie, how do you feel? Because like I get you, like because I was also there. I was also like, and then I just watched the movie.
You just stopped thinking.
Hey, Mona, I'm saying the red
And
capes
then
are
they keep-
coming, bro.
Yeah, the red capes are coming.
Are coming.
Okay, one last logical thing before I go into some of the
Compromise
fights.
on mid.
One last logical thing. Why did Batman make a spear? Why?
Because it looked cool. That's why.
Oh, kryptonite gloves would have looked awesome on camera. If he had that suit with kryptonite gloves, and it would be practical because he would never lose it.
Zack Snyder was trying
He
to
made a bunch of projectiles with the only thing that can hurt Superman.
No, I think it's the whole thing of like spearing Jesus. The
Yes,
whole
he was trying
Christianity.
too hard to make it all religious, like.
But it's like
the
that's
symbolism.
counterintuitive to what Batman would have done because he knows he's fighting somebody that can get up to in close quarters immediately.
Yeah, but this is not about that.
Snyder knows.
This is about
That's
images.
why I'm saying he wouldn't have made a good Batman movie because while Ben Affleck's performance is amazing, the choices Batman is making throughout
No,
this entire movie
maybe
does
let
not
me-
fit Batman.
Oh, I agree with you there.
Let me explain it like this. If he directed the movie, but someone else wrote this movie, someone really good wrote this movie, then it would have been.
I
You
disagree
need
with
somebody. You need somebody else to also make sure that when he's directing the movie, he's not injecting his own nonsense. Because there's
Yeah.
scenes in
Yeah.
here
The
where
only person I know who Zack Snyder might actually listen to with regards to that is if that a producer like Steven Spielberg or something.
Even then, he's not gonna.
No, like,
do.
he's
Zack
not
Snyder is
gonna-
gonna Zack Snyder do.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
the thing. Like Zack Snyder,
There will have to be a Jesus reference.
he does what he wants, and I'm saying like for Batman, like,
And you know what he
doesn't
did?
work.
I think you guys probably don't remember this, but I remember this vividly because I figured it out. He released this movie close to Easter, bro, when it came out. It was in April.
Oh my gosh!
Close to, I'm telling
How
you,
sack is this? Oh my
And
god!
it's
it came out
desperately
in April, bro.
the man is desperately looking for God.
Close
Anyway,
to Easter weekend.
so
So where are we?
Bad.
Where are-
Like,
Bad.
no,
I'll compromise for mid. It's fine.
I'll say mid as well. It's
Yeah,
a perfectly
I
mid movie.
also go for mid.
Yeah,
Right? Okay.
because
No, because the good is good. I'm not gonna
What?
lie.
Okay. What?
Warehouse, fire. Then there's the part where
Batman
Bruce is
gets
running in the
clocked three
beginning.
when Batman gets clocked 3 times in the head and they don't shoot him in the mouth.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. Logic left my mind. I was just like, this is
and
cool.
also we
Where
can't talk
they
about.
had a grenade indoors.
Why are you stuck on logic?
And let's not forget.
That saves Martha by blowing up KGB Beast's fire flamethrower and jumping on top of her instead of,
watched-
I don't know, using stealth to.
We watched
Yes.
Man of Steel. Logic left the room long ago.
Okay.
And we can't forget that wonderful intro. Like I told you, Wonder Woman deflected beam. The music starts, and then just after that, Mark 5. Superman comes in and tackles.
Also, why didn't
Tuesday
Wonder
into
Woman
the
use the
building.
spear?
That
Why
was-
did Superman use the spear?
Guys,
Wonder Woman
let's-
could have
let's
done
go
it.
on, please. Let's do Wonder Woman. We're not gonna finish.
Sorry. Sorry.
Wonder Woman.
Bad.
Good.
Bad.
Good.
Bad.
I'm good.
Bad.
Bad. Okay,
That movie
let's
is crap.
let's hear your argument. Maybe
Relax.
we'll
That
swing
movie
it.
is crap. No, I'm sorry.
Fine.
No.
Okay.
I-
Okay.
I
Tebello,
gotta-
please explain.
Are you going to tell me, after you've given me this wonderful arguments about the loss of logic and everything, you're gonna tell me about a movie about this basically Moana DC version is going to be considered good? No.
I mean,
I haven't watched Moana, so I don't get the.
Oh look, I'm the chosen one who's supposed to go save the world. I'm gonna take this sword and kill the god of war himself. I have absolutely no understanding about man's world and whether their own hubris may be causing this war. We're just gonna go out there and go kill Ares
No,
and
but the
save the
movie
day.
addresses that.
Makes
The
sense.
movie addresses her fish out of water stuff
Yeah.
because they have that whole scene where she's talking to them and she's talking to Chris Pine and she's like, "But that doesn't make sense. If these people don't want to fight and these people don't, why are they fight? Why?"
Makes
And
sense.
then let's not forget how the atrocious line she gave when she was about to go through that whole trenches scene. Like, no, this isn't our fight, but this is why I came. This is why I came here.
Yes.
Okay, I mean,
God.
look, the
Anyway.
delivery was not great, but the scene itself was pretty cool.
That's one of the
Like when
best
she blocks the
scenes
bullet
ever.
in slow motion, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, and when she used the shield against those guns, that was awesome.
I think the last act where she fights
Yeah,
Ares is
that's where
dog
it
shit
falls
Yeah,
garbage.
that's
Yeah.
fine.
That's why I'm
Where
putting
she
it.
where she steals Goku's move, basically. It's
Yeah,
one for one.
it's
If you
good.
look at it, it's
It's
one
good.
for one. The
Okay,
friend or the lover blows up and then she goes Super Saiyan. I was like, what in the Goku?
Actually, wait. I need to ask you guys: if you had to rewatch between Wonder Woman and Batman vs Superman, which one would it be?
I probably watched
I'm
Wonder
watching
Woman.
Wonder Woman.
I'm rewatching Wonder Woman.
Batman versus Superman.
I think I'm
But
also
then
Batman
again-
vs Superman.
But then again, Henry Cavill is in that one. There's no eye candy in this one. Chris
Okay.
Pine,
Wonder Woman has makes way more sense.
Yeah, it's a better movie.
Yeah, it does make more sense.
Chris Pine, no matter how attractive people think he is nowhere near. No, he's not. He's not even the most attractive.
Okay, when
attractive
you're a
Chris, so
hairy
no.
chest Henry Cavill lover, I get it, but that movie,
get it, but
it's bad.
Wonder Woman is a
Okay.
better movie.
I think we're going to good, eh?
Yeah, I
Fine
say
then.
good.
Sorry, Tebello.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I can defy. So long as I express myself.
Okay, this
So
one
wait.
just-
Sorry,
Garbage.
I have to ask something here. So we
Hot
think
garbage.
we think Man of Steel is better than Wonder Woman.
I don't.
No, Wonder Woman is far superior than Man of Steel.
But
So
we
she-
put it
she-
as
yeah.
good, and we put Man of Steel.
Then we have to put it as great.
Yes.
We have to put it as great. It can't be super because that last act is terrible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Which one
Joss Whedon.
Yeah,
Garb.
garbage, hot garbage.
Hot
F.
Yeah, hot garbage.
F. Right there.
Let's not even get into it. Let's
Yeah.
I don't. Whoa! I need to say it again. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. How dare you make Darkseid lose to Ares?
No, that's Snyder cut. That's another
Even
one.
this one.
No,
even-
he doesn't.
They
lose
don't
to-
show it.
Oh,
That
they don't
one,
show it.
yeah, they
No,
don't show
he
it.
lost to Stephen Wolf in this one.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to making Batman look the most incompetent he's ever looked in any media ever.
Yeah,
Good
that
God.
movie's garbage.
What
Shit.
happened?
No, it's
What happened?
garbage.
Wait.
It doesn't even look good.
No, I'm saying like Batman was this. First off, he assembles the team just to leave them behind to go in by himself, which makes no sense.
To make
And
one
then
leader.
yeah, and then also he barely manages to kill like one parademon or whatever when everybody else is just clocking parademons left and right. And it's like, Batman, you'd be more strategic about this. I don't know why you're trying to fist fight parademons in the first place.
Doesn't he get his arm broken? I think also the other thing that I don't understand about this thing is why would you fetch Aquaman as Bruce Wayne and everybody knows that you're Batman? Why don't you
Also,
go-
why would you ride a horse? You have planes.
Okay, you know what?
Usually, my rule of cool is usually what works for these movies, but
that's what
even in
they-
this one,
What
And
was
also
too
the
much.
Superman being OP was a very annoying because it's just like
Very
he didn't need the Justice League. He could have done it by himself. Also, the fact that he pwned the Justice League kind of shows how useless the Justice League is.
How did
Yeah,
they bring
yeah.
him back in life in this one, in this version again?
Oh, they used the boombox and
Oh, they did.
Flash ran really fast and pressed something and then boom, bam, bingo. Even though in the last movie, in your beloved Batman versus Superman, the dirt is literally rising from the ground, so we knew he wasn't dead.
Mm.
He was
Can we
sort
please
of
go?
dead.
Can we please go on to something else before I lose my?
Uh-huh.
Okay, extra whack. Next one.
Wow, Suicide Squad.
Oh, we don't have an extra whack. Yeah, extra whack. Yeah,
It's hot
No.
garbage.
This one is
Hot
extra right.
garbage.
Hot
yeah.
garbage.
What?
Because
Suicide Squad is
I
hot
agree.
garbage as well.
Yep.
Will Smith
Yeah.
was trying to make himself the main character in this thing, and he wasn't. And I was like, "What are you
Guys,
doing?"
Also,
Guys, can I ask you
why
a
would
question?
Yeah.
Can I ask which movie here is gonna make it to Super?
None.
No, I
Let's be
think the
honest.
Suicide Squad might.
Yeah, the Suicide
Oh.
Squad has a chance. The Suicide Squad. But
We'll see when we get there.
We'll see
We'll
when
see
we
when
get.
we get there.
We'll see.
We'll see when
Oh
we
wait,
get there.
Zack Snyder's. Okay, wait. Let's
We'll
go.
see when we
Let's
get
let's
there.
go. Let's go.
No, I like just one thing about this movie. I don't understand how you assembled this team to fight Superman. There's nobody on that team that could fight Superman.
Enchantress, maybe.
Harley,
Yes, I
no.
was going to.
Enchantress got
She was going to
gonna
dance
do-
away
bodied.
into it.
I was
No,
going to do this to
Enchantress,
Superman and
Enchantress
do
got
this.
bodied. She got bodied by Deathstroke, Harley Quinn, and Crocodile and Killer Croc.
She was gonna dance away into it.
Yes,
I think the problem with this movie is it's the Zack Snyder problem. I know he's not the director of the movie, but he somehow started
Yeah.
not making movies. He started
No,
making
this
these
movie is
weird-
actually worse. I think this movie is actually worse than the Zack Snyder movie because it's a music video. There's so many.
No, but that's the thing. I blame Zack Snyder because I feel like that music video trend started with Batman vs Superman. Batman vs Superman is not a movie, dude. That's what I'm saying. If you watch that movie in silence and just
can
look
watch
at it, just play the score.
You know what? You must
It's like,
oh, you must play
wow.
Kiss from a Rose by Steve.
Yeah.
Especially where whenever you see Batman, just play Kiss from a Rose.
No, but I'm saying like in this one, I feel like even if you want to say Zack Snyder started it, in Batman versus Superman, there was an attempt to tell a story. Here, I don't think there was an attempt to tell anything because they had the title cards. They had
Yeah,
It's
Let
like,
me
okay.
give you the experience that I felt when I was watching this movie. It felt like watching Iron Man 3, where
Iron Man
nothing-
3 is way better than this.
I agree.
You cannot even.
I agree, but I'm saying the feeling of nobody's taking any of this seriously.
Mm.
I remember that year everybody was going through the whole Harley Quinn phase. Oh
No,
my
I mean
God,
Amanda
nothing-
Waller.
She
Amanda Waller was good in this.
was the only decent performer in that movie, but that's
Oh, but John Hamm was actually good. It's just
No,
that
I think
not
even Margot Robbie was good. It's just that the story structure was.
yeah, it was bad.
and then
also-
out of
And Killer
nowhere,
Croc was not bad. So Killer Croc, John Hamm as in
No, Killer Croc was terrible, dog.
Hey guys, you're forgetting about the elephant in the room. You gorgeous hunker.
oh no, please. The elephant in the room is Jared Leto.
Yeah.
yeah.
The worst Joker on. Oof. And also, this contradicts Batman versus Superman because I'm like, wait a minute. If Batman is perfectly fine with mowing down these random dudes, why is Joker and Harley Quinn alive?
Why does he bother to rescue them when where they're going to drive off into the building? Why does he bother trying to? Why does Batman have the audacity to try and arrest Deathshot in front of his daughters? Like, think of your child. I will kill you right
I
here.
don't know. I think Rick Flag was good. It's just that he was in a bad movie. That's what.
And then there was also Katana. Watch out for her. She has a sword that will steal your soul. She's got my back. It's like, dog, exposition much?
Yeah.
You might as well have gone Harley Quinn. She's crazy. And she can use a gun, I think. Maybe.
So Batman's in this movie?
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, you remember initially they wanted to make Batman like the Nick Fury of this whole universe, where he's always popping in other people's films.
And then he goes tells Amanda Waller, like, woman, leave this hero business to me. And then she's like, you're looking tired, rich kid. You should consider taking a break. It's like, girl, why? Even that's not the most stupidest thing you've done in this entire movie. Letting Batman know that you know who his identity is the stupidest thing.
Well, but also Batman in this universe is not protective of his identity at all. Even Lex Luthor knew it somehow, which is
Everyone
weird.
knows who Bruce Wayne. That Bruce Wayne is Batman in this one. Like
Doesn't make
I love
sense.
how you guys haven't even spoken about the villain of this movie.
Who's
we
that?
don't care.
Who?
Enchantress.
We were
and her
dancing to her just
Aztec
now.
and
Didn't
her
you see her?
Aztec
Didn't you see
special
us
effects.
dancing to her?
Yeah.
Like the scene where they do the reveal, that's the coolest thing with Enchantress. Outside of that, she
Also,
sucks.
I liked the guy, man, the guy from the pyrokinesis guy. He was okay, but in a bad movie. That's the thing.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, we've spoken
And
about
Will
this
Smith was
before we
Will
get distracted.
Smith. He was miscast as
He's
Deadshot.
one of the worst
Okay.
things about this movie.
He was miscast as Deadshot.
Damn.
Okay, we are done. Let's let it out of the system. Take a deep breath, everyone. Deep
I
breath
feel like
in.
we need to do a deep dive about Will Smith's movies at a later
Oh
stage.
wow,
Like,
no,
Yeah.
that
we need to do a Will Smith tier list.
Tier
Oh.
list.
if we do that, you're all gonna think that I'm the biggest Will Smith hater of them all.
we'll do
You're
it
going
side
to
by. We'll do it side by side with Jada.
Oh, Lord.
you're gonna put a picture of
You
me.
you want
Are
us
you
you
sure
you
that's
want
not
you
the same
want us to
person?
have all of the red pill and all
Haven't
the angry
watched-
women in our
What-
comment section.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
We're gonna feel a lot of haven't watched row. Like that row is gonna be filled with a lot of Jada movies there.
It's going. They're going to be. People are gonna compare me with Jada's. Like they're gonna put a picture of me and then Jada's. Like,
All right, Jeff,
personally, I
let's
don't see the
move. Let's
difference.
move. Next
Yeah,
one.
we're running out of
Shazam.
time.
Oh, Shazam.
Yeah. Shazam.
The first two
Mid.
acts were not bad.
Mid.
Felt like
No,
a-
actually, I'd say good. I'd say good. I'd say good.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it, so I'm out.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
good.
It's good.
Yeah.
Not
The third
great.
act,
The
the
third
third
act
act-
is.
yeah, but the first two acts are really good.
And also,
Well,
they did do something that was funny. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Mr. Extrodin.
I was just saying that it kind of felt like a Marvel movie. I don't know if it's because of Zachary Levi, but it gives you like a nice message with this whole mother thing. That like his mother actually pretended like he lost him at a mall, but she actually wanted to get rid of him, right? And just how he interacts with all the other characters was really good. I liked it. I really did.
Shout out to Jaimon Hansu, who's always underused in everything.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but yeah, good, not great. Next one, Aquaman. Mid.
Bad.
That's like Black
Bad.
Panther. Black Panther Under the Sea.
Yeah.
I'll go with mid.
Don't do that.
I'll go with mid.
Mid.
No, but think about it, bro. He fought his brother. He lost in the beginning. Then he like
No, you're right.
Goes to find some hidden super trident. He comes back. He wins.
I agree with you guys. I think it's mid. I remember watching it. I wasn't overly offended by it, but I also
Jason
wasn't.
Momoa is great, but the movie is terrible. And not terrible. The movie is meh. And also, like, the other thing is it's a CGI candy fest. Good God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, Amber Heard was not that great to me as Mera anyway. I mean, despite the controversies, I just think her performance was eh.
And
It was
then,
also a super waste of Nicole Kidman, but
Oh, yeah.
and what they did to Black Manta.
Oh, when he's talking like a pirate. I remember I mentioning this, but good God, just listen to this. He deserves to be in the Pirates of the Caribbean the way he was talking in here.
So
Yeah,
for me it's bad, but I'll defer to mid. It's okay.
yeah.
I'm a mid.
I think Jason Momoa saves it. Jason Momoa saves it. Without him,
I wouldn't watch it.
I know people would expect me to be fangirling over Jason Momoa, but I don't feel anything for him. It's like,
And why make him dumb?
you know.
I guess they were trying to.
Because
I guess they were trying to infuse like a personality because he started off as an alcohol bro
Yeah.
in the other movies. So
What's so weird about it is he
mental.
literally is acting like Lobo. So which
Yeah.
is he literally is Lobo in this
He's
movie.
Lobo,
which is
bro.
why I'm happy they're making him Lobo.
My man. Like,
All right.
yeah, so let's go.
So
Let's go
mid.
mid. Yeah.
Okay, 1984.
Oh, I haven't watched, but the things I've heard and the clips I've seen. Whew.
I watched it.
Life is good, but can be better. Is that the one?
I
Yep.
watched it. I would just put it at bad. I think it's a tier above Suicide Squad.
Yeah, I agree with that completely because wow, how dare you take my how dare you take my Ginger Rowe and make him perform like that?
Also, in retrospect, it aged pretty badly with all the Israel
Oof.
Palestine stuff. But like,
No, but I'm just saying, by itself, like the clips I saw were terrible, and the fact
Well,
that they
cringy.
bring Chris Prime back is just like you guys couldn't find any way to tell a modern day Wonder Woman story without Chris Pine. Oof.
They were trying to make Wonder Woman Superman. That's the problem.
No, but like also the other thing is there was also problematic things with the way that Wonder Woman was behaving, from what I heard, because they were just like she basically took over this dude's body and never gave it back to him. And like if a dude made that wish in a movie, oof, the podcasts.
No, she's basically like Scarlet Witch, where she does the same thing and then the audience is expected to just let it go. It's weird.
And she's trying to be like Christopher Reeve in here. I don't know.
All right, bad.
Bad.
Yeah, bad.
That sort of Cray is hot garbage. Let's go to the next one.
What?
Birds of Prey is garbage, man.
I haven't seen it.
It's okay on paper. Like, you can tell it was written well, but the performances for me didn't catch me at all. I
haven't seen it. So.
I was not sold.
I watched it. I feel so conflicted about it because it's different. It tries to be different. It's trying to be small. It's trying to give Harley Quinn. Actually, you know what? I know why I hate this movie. It's Deadpool. It's Deadpool, but like worse.
Wow.
And I don't like that. I think I'd probably put it also as bad.
Okay.
All right. I will defer to you,
I did not watch it again. That's
what do you think? Bad?
Yeah, bad is fine.
Okay. Okay, we've got the Suicide Squad.
I would have to, in this list of things, I would say super.
It's super, bro. Nah, it's super, dog. Tell me one bad scene in this movie.
I don't know.
The rats eating the poor star alive.
The thing is,
it's the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it was disgusting, but it wasn't
in a Suicide Squad movie.
Okay, I think I have to like put myself in a weird position because I'm not a huge fan of James Gunn. And not that he's a bad filmmaker, but his taste and mine don't agree. So I enjoyed the movie. I would never put it in great, but I think it's also just my own biases. So I'll leave it there.
Well, I just think out of all of these movies that we've listed, I think it has the tightest narrative structure. And also, like, Bloodshot in this movie, Idris Elba, like, he was used to great effect in this thing. I think it's the best performance we get from Harley Quinn, even though she's not tied to the main plot at all, which is,
weird.
And we have the best version of Rick Flag, by the way.
True.
Yeah.
I mean, it's better than all of this. I agree.
Yes, and then also,
objectively speaking, yeah. Like I said,
I'll give you one scene that didn't make sense. In the climax, when Amanda Waller's staff decided to knock her out, you're just like, I don't buy that, because I'm like, you just needed to find a way to finish the movie, because there's no way these people worked with Amanda Waller for so long and now only decide they're going to have you.
Don't you guys feel like it's too cartoonish, or is it just me?
Honestly speaking, it felt like for me, when I watched it, I felt like I was reading a comic book, and I don't think most.
And that's why, by that sentence alone, I get why you guys would rank it so highly. The problem with all DCEU movies is they're unnecessarily dark.
I wouldn't say that. I'd say it's the writing. The darkness is not the issue. The darkness is fine if the writing was better.
Yes. The reason why you feel that the writing suffers because of the darkness involved is because they wanted to make it edgy and dark. I don't know.
But then doesn't it also lack?
So now, let me just finish quickly.
Sorry.
Now, comparatively speaking to the other, since we've been giving basically Agostura betas for the last 20 movies, this is a light, palatable movie with a slightly more...
Light? I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, compared to, because this feels like you're reading a graphic novel. And
no, but I'm saying I wouldn't say it's light because, the thing is the way James Gunn presented it was light. But if you think of the themes in the movie and also all the blood and gore that we see, and that scene with Harley Quinn where she kills the president of this made up country that America has probably invaded like 20 times, like that whole thing, like where she was giving that monologue, you can also see it in her face that she got affected by the Joker, even though we don't care about the Joker at all, and all of that stuff. Also, like the whole fight scene between Peacemaker and Rick Flag, when we get to see how Rick Flag goes out, like that had gravitas to it and whatever.
Yeah.
So I feel like this movie had things going on, and it was just presented in the way James Gunn presents movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, James
Yeah.
Gunn took a dark story and made it light, compared to everybody taking a light story and making it dark.
Yeah.
But
And
Yeah.
no.
so I can understand why it's been given super ranking in this mess.
It's
Because this is a
definitely
mess.
super.
It has to
Okay,
be
super.
super.
All right.
Because it's way better than Wonder Woman. I'm
It's
sorry.
better after
Fact.
Worst of all of
Yes.
them. Best
I
of the
mean,
worst.
Wait, sorry, I'll put it in super. The only thing I don't agree with you guys, but I understand. But I will say the one thing I don't like about James Gunn is like his over cynical approach.
Yeah.
Like nothing ever. There's no genuine emotion. Like I don't know. That's just me, but it is what it is.
I don't know. That rat scene that when they were talking about in the bus kind of had some emotion behind it, and also Ratcatcher #2 was like the heart
And I
of
guess
the movie.
Nanawe has like a nice scene with those fishes.
I mean, not that Zack Snyder's any better, but I don't know. It didn't
No,
connect.
I think the way James Gunn communicates though is not the thing for a lot of people. I get that.
Yeah.
Like he is a very niche taste director.
Yeah.
Where would you put it?
Okay.
Where
I
would you rate
guess
it?
me personally, or
Personally, where would you put it?
I mean, I would have probably put it in great in comparison to all of this, but I would have put it in great.
I personally
yeah.
would have put it in good, but like I said, I'm hella biased. I'm yet to watch the entirety of this movie. So
Mm.
And
that's
this is
why
probably the best
I deferred,
John Cena. Like this is probably John Cena's best movie role, honestly.
which says a lot because that man can act with a dime. Him
No,
and Beyonce seem
he's
what the
getting
group.
better. He's getting better. He is
Yes.
like it's taking long, but I'm saying he's not like The Rock. The Rock is just doing The Rock.
You know, the best out of all of them is Batista, and you can fight me on that.
No,
No,
yeah,
he's by
Yeah.
far.
He says, yeah.
Nobody's gonna disagree with you on
Yeah.
that one.
So no,
That's true.
yeah,
Batista could win an Oscar in a few years, and I think we'd all accept it. Like,
yeah.
Like, why did it take so long?
He was a Bond villain that didn't say anything, and you still think I still think it's a better performance than John Cena's performance in this movie.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay, the next one is Peacemaker.
Peacemaker is so
did not watch.
overrated. It's mid. I mean,
Mid?
It's so over.
No, I would say it's
It's
great.
so overrated.
I think it's. I don't know. I felt the same way as I did about Suicide Squad. It's for me. It's the same thing.
I would say great.
I haven't watched it, so
It's a tighter
I would say
narrative.
great.
It's a tighter narrative than everything on this list. And like there is like genuine character development and all of those things in this throughout this series.
Yeah,
I'd
say good or great.
Yeah, I think okay, we can go good. Yeah, just to keep it moving, I think let's say good.
well, then good it is.
Yeah. Okay, now we've got Zack Snyder.
Mid.
Whack,
Oh, wow.
whack,
Wow.
hot
What?
garbage.
Hot garbage.
This is great.
Oh, what
That's
heresy!
great. I think it's good.
I think
I think this is the first time we've all disagreed. on
God,
everything.
good lord, really, we are all over the place with this.
Yeah.
I'm
First
sorry,
off, Batman is presented way better in this, which is nice because he's actually a strategist and a team player, which
And
is
a
something
leader.
that Batman, which is something Batman does, especially when he knows it's out of his depth. It's way too long.
Yeah.
Oh my!
Yeah.
Oh, there's so much slow motion in this movie. I think
Yeah.
if you cut the slow motion out of this movie, I think this movie will be 2 hours.
yes,
Yeah. This should be a 4-hour miniseries. Like,
it should have been.
No,
1
it
hour
doesn't
each.
work as a mini series because the second act nothing happens. It would be like the most boring thing to watch because there's no momentum in the second act. It would
Fair
have
enough.
to have been the way it was. What they needed to do was they needed to just cut out the fluff. The stuff with Lois Lane was not necessary. The stuff with
Cyborg
Lois
was
Lane's
necessary.
in this movie? What is she? I don't even remember.
she is.
What
She
did she do?
literally
With
She
drums.
stopped-
Martha Manhunter. Does that ring a bell?
Oh, that is garbage. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? You see what I mean?
Martian
Okay.
was not needed in
Martian
this movie.
Martian Manhunter was the biggest
No,
asshole
Martha
man.
Manhunter. Martha Manhunter. The fact he turned into Martha of all people. Why?
And
Ish.
Yeah.
The dark side backflash was way too long. We didn't need to see
How
all of
dare,
that.
like,
So,
I've said it, a computer cut to the first frame and was yelling at them about how dare Darkseid lose to Ares out of all people.
Wait. Please, Mr. Extrodin. I feel like you are the one that thinks more highly of this movie. Please try and sell me, convince me. I might decide. I never know.
I don't think I would ever even do a good job to try and sell you. I just think that it's probably one of the movies where this universe is explored more than any other movie that we've watched here. And like you guys were saying, these felt like music videos. This for me didn't feel like a music video. It felt like the members of the Justice League actually trying to do a good job. I mean, you have a moment with Flash tapping into the Speed Force for the first time, trying to make his dad proud. That is amazing. You do have Batman having faith when it all seems like it's lost, convincing Alfred that he should have faith. You do have Victor. You know, his character is fleshed out more, even though I don't agree with some of the things he was doing for that girl at the school, but you get to, know a bit more about Cyborg than you did in the Justice League, right? I think also and I liked how even though she couldn't go back to Themyscira, she still had a connection with the Themyscirans went away, sending her that whole
but that
message.
thing is so useless. I'm like, don't you guys have phones
That
or
arrow,
something?
that arrow and Rita Repulsa's wand are in the same WhatsApp group.
No,
You
basically
cannot-
what I'm basically trying to say to you guys
That's
is
funny.
the universe is explored way more in this, like through different perspectives of these characters, you know. And for me, it sort of comes full circle as opposed to some of the stuff that we've been watching here. Like some of these stuff is all like Batman this, Superman that, Wonder Woman this, but here it's like everybody sort of has like a mini arc, you know.
But
Yes,
that's
So
what makes it too long. It's just like, okay.
I understand that, and that mini arc is based on the basis that nobody cares that the world is ending. I've mentioned it before that, like, guys, get out of your own asses and prioritize the world more than your own sappy backstory. Oh, I don't like the surface dwellers, so I'm just gonna
the
visit these people here once a year. Oh,
The
I
Flash
found.
slow motion scene where he's having a hot dog and looking at Iris, like we could have done without that,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. And what's a resume? What's resumes? It's okay, dude. Shut up. Like, no.
Oh God, no! I think that's yeah.
Okay,
Steppenwolf
wait, what?
looks really good in
Where
this movie.
where are we placing this?
This
Where are we
movie.
placing?
I
Mid, I think to meet everybody in the middle.
Yeah.
think I'm siding more good.
Okay, you want to explain?
I mean, it's music video filmmaking at its best, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
You know what?
spit on mute.
I didn't understand what you're saying, but like, if you can put it on mute and take your favorite track list and have an awesome study session, perfect.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Also, there's no cool Batman fight scene in this. Like, he does two cool
Oh,
things,
that's
I
true.
guess.
That's true.
And
I
like
mean,
the fight.
Superman has a good one.
And how dare
Yeah, but like that other thing is, it's like he still makes the rest of the Justice League look kind of inept. It's like outside of that boombox thing that Cyborg does, Superman could have again solved the problem, and like that's the thing that kind of like brings it down for me. Is like, what's the point of forming the Justice League? Honestly,
and then
You know, it's amazing how
and then Darkseid is incredibly stupid. We'll travel
the way
through the old
the way
ways.
that people reacted after he watched this movie and how he called me and how we were kicking out. A few years later, it's like, nah.
It aged this movie aged like what? Milk.
Wow.
I mean, it was nice to see the Justice League take out Steppenwolf. I guess that was cool.
Decapitate
then
him in front of
also-
Darkseid.
Yeah, but then also it makes Darkseid, and also Darkseid was terribly presented throughout this entire.
Oh God,
Yeah.
that's what
They should have
given
given him the Thanos treatment where he just sits on a chair and doesn't do anything and he's mysterious.
Oh, Thanos treatment is one thing. Darkseid is the embodiment of pure evil. You see, Thanos is just a crazy man who wants to balance the universe. Darkseid is one of the common terminologies you learn from this from the comics, and they should have at least tried to match him with at least a Sauron or a Morgoth level evil.
Right.
something so evil that it's not even spoken out loud for like the first 4 or 5 parts of the movie. Like we
Shout out
dare
to
not
Dr.
say his
Fate.
name. That level of
Darkseid.
evil.
I mean, I've
Mr.
never
Fate.
understood Darkseid as a character in the comics. I don't get it, but like, yeah, they did not present him very well in this movie. I think
He's
mid.
Darkseid
Oh,
is my favorite DCEU villain. I won't lie about that. That's true. Darkseid is my
I
favorite.
want to have a conversation about that because I need to understand because I don't get it. But anyway, we'll do that later. Yeah, I say to meet everybody in the middle because I feel like there's good stuff in this, but it gets undercut by the fact that it's too long, the fact that they drag stuff out, to the fact that Martian Manhunter is in this movie for no reason.
Yeah.
Oh, like if I was Batman, I would have straight clocked him in his face. I would have punched him in his face. Oh my God. I would have lit matches right then and there. We went through all of that, and you just came back to say, oh, your parents would be proud. First off, how do you know my parents? Second of all, dude, if you can fly and do these things, help. What the? Like that scene would have made so much more sense.
Peace.
Like that scene would have made so much more sense if it was a Green Lantern, which it was supposed to be.
Anyway,
I guess mid it is, right?
Mid it is.
yeah. Woo, and then this one.
Hot garbage.
Haven't watched it, so I don't know.
I also
So
haven't watched it.
if you could put a tier underneath hot garbage,
It cannot be worse than Justice League and Suicide Squad.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh God! Wow. Okay.
It is. And
Garbage then.
just to show you how much Henry Cavill appears in this movie. I've defended every single Henry Cavill appearance in all these movies, but I cannot defend this movie.
Dang.
It is so cringe. It is
Fear of the Gods is bad. It's not made of good. It's bad.
I haven't seen it, so I'll respect you guys.
As you can tell, I also checked out of this universe. I haven't watched it.
I have not watched this one either. I just know when I heard they were making up villains, I was like, this is not going to be good. If they're making up villains.
It's bad.
Just because The Rock didn't want to be the antagonist of Shazam, as he's supposed to be. Anyway, let's not ask questions. You see, this is what happens when politics comes and reads the movies.
Oh, bad. Like, not hot garbage. It's bad.
Oh, bad. Oh, sorry. Sorry. My bad.
This one I've heard terrible things also.
The Flash.
Oh, it's made for me.
I'm yet
It's
to
not
finish this movie.
It's mid.
I literally watched up and I was forced to watch it with my cousin. He chained me to the desk and
I just saw one scene from it and it was so weird to me. It was like Batman chasing some thugs down in the daylight or whatever.
Yes.
It's that's whatever. But
and then Wonder Woman is there in the last minute. No. I was like,
but Batman in the cartoons and the comics, villains in the daylight all the time. I don't understand.
No, like I'm saying, the daylight wasn't the thing that bothered me. It was just like this scene where he's chasing the bad guys, and it looks so CGI.
Yeah.
Like he looks CGI, which okay, I get, but like this one guy, right? Batman gets it into the truck somehow, and he opens the door, and this guy just decides to just fall out.
Yeah, no.
And Batman didn't do anything to him. He just goes, and I was just like, that was terrible.
The Flash movie for me suffers from the same trouble of them trying to. They're trying to make the Flash the Ant-Man of this universe. And it fell horribly flat.
I get what you mean.
Yeah.
I would put it at mid personally. I don't think it's bad.
The parts I watched it I didn't like, so I would have given it a bad. So I'll defer to you guys. You finished the whole movie. Congrats to you guys. I owe you guys a soda. I don't know how your digestive system survived it.
The Flashpoint Paradox animated film is a lot better, but you can tell that
any DC animated film is better than all of these. We cannot be. That's not fair, honestly.
Actually, we need to do a tier list of the animated.
Yeah, maybe we should.
Well, no, that's gonna be a lot of fun because
but
so many of these movies are like.
You gotta send me your list so I know which ones I've watched and which ones I didn't watch because I don't think I've caught up on everything.
And I haven't seen Blue Beetle, so you guys can tell me.
I haven't seen Blue Beetle.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's mid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mid?
Actually, it's actually.
I haven't watched it, so
it's actually good.
Good? Well, okay. From what I heard,
think it's better than the Flash, better than Justice League.
It's kind of like Shazam.
So it's a good starter.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like what I heard about it was that what's this? It's very typical, and like the Mexican culture stuff saves it, but like they don't do anything special with
Like,
the
so
character.
if you watch Miss Marvel, the series, and you watch Blue Beetle, it feels like you're watching the same thing.
Wow.
Oh
Okay.
Wow.
yeah, I watched Miss Marvel. My problem with Miss Marvel is that they were unfocused in the narrative. Iman Vellani was good, but like the narrative was all over the place and it made zero sense.
No, not in that sense. I mean, I'm struggling to even finish Miss Marvel. Like, I only watched 2 episodes, and those were a drag for me. But I like the family, the interaction with the family, and yeah, you're right. The actress is really good, but this one is really really good. Like this kid, Shodoma Riduena, is a really good actor. I know, and George Lopez also does a great performance. So it's not really
But
bad.
I also heard that from the comic book heads that they started taking old Blue Beetle villains and started giving them to Jaime. So that's another thing that is kind of like,
Yeah, yeah. Look, it's not.
Anyway,
So in a summary, I guess, what are your own personal thoughts about the universe in your own personal thought, your own?
my own. Well, hoping James Gunn nails it with the Superman Legacy thing. The actor apparently he picked is really good according to a lot of people, but we know from this universe that good actors does not mean a good
I wasn't
universe.
really asking what you thought about the future, but like
Oh, the whole thing.
past.
Oh, the whole
Yeah.
thing. The past. Mess. I think it was a mess. I think it was people trying to rush to catch up with thingy, to catch up
Avengers.
with the
Yeah.
Avengers, and also I think this studio gave way too much freedom to directors. Like I know there was stories of like I know there was a bunch of stories of like how Joss Whedon was like terrible on set and all of that stuff. But I think when he stepped into that WB room, these executives are like, you need to do whatever you can to save this universe, and we will give you carte blanche. And that stuff went to his head because, duh, that's what happened.
The Avengers.
Honestly, I feel the opposite, but I hear what you're saying. I feel like too much studio meddling, but
Yeah, I think
No,
so
I
too.
think too much studio directive, too much studio. We need to hit these beats, but like in the beginning, Zack Snyder, I felt like he had virtually no supervision over how he was telling that story.
Yeah, true.
I don't know. If I could sum it up from my own personal perspective, I just feel like this is a corporate cash grab. I just feel like it lacked any real heart and filmmaking from anyone involved. And I'm happy it's gone.
Yeah. Mr.
Yeah, look,
Extrodin?
I agree with both of you, what you guys said. I just personally think that, and I've said this 1,000 times, and I'll say it here again. I genuinely think that had they brought in Bruce Timm, had they brought in Frank Miller, Alan Moore, had they brought in
No,
the guys from Young Justice,
not Frank
had
Miller.
if they had brought that team, in my opinion, I think it would have been better than what we got, right? The reason I'm saying that is those guys they have proven to everybody that they can do great stuff. Everybody that I've mentioned
Have
has
you read
proved.
anything Frank Miller recently?
No, I'm not talking about recently or anything. I'm just talking about what they have done in terms of DC material in general. And he's not going to be by himself. I know that now he's basically trying to prove like everybody wrong, and his art is even horrible. But I'm just talking about people who understand the material, right? Those people, in my opinion, understand the material better than any of the people that have been involved in this entire
True. I
DC.
mean, Bruce Timm also has some weird stuff that he did in his universe that I don't like, that led to that weird stuff that happened in the Killing Joke animated movie. That's all
Yeah.
Bruce Timm. I don't like any of that. Ugh.
Hey, one failure doesn't negate the great.
Yeah, I mean,
But I'm
look
saying
at-
it was a big thing because it affected a lot of characters. Like, if you continue to read the comic books of that universe, it's just like, why did you guys do this? It
even that
reflects poorly
Batman
on Bruce. It reflects
the
poorly on
Batman-
Barbara. It reflects poorly
I
on.
hear you, but Justice League that Unlimited.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's like they could have stopped there. But it's just like, dog, that's Gordon's daughter. What are you doing, Bruce?
Anyway, my personal opinion of this series, personally, it was very close to becoming a shit tier list. I'm deadly serious. This is even your super rankings in these movies and stuff like that, for me, it's like the bottom of the barrel when it
Only
comes to
one of them made it to super.
yeah.
Even that one isn't really a unanimous one.
Like I said,
Almost
it's the
not.
worst of the worst.
I mean, the only movie, and the only reason, okay, there's only one movie I really liked is this one. It's the only one that everybody at home also really liked. I think this is one of the few movies that my mom watched from beginning to end, and that shows that it's a good movie in the house because mom falls asleep all the time.
Mhm.
So yay, they got some. They started off right, and then ever since then they just fumbled every single
And
thing
I
that
would
they
say
did.
they started off shaky. I would say the foundation was even shaky.
some of
Mm.
the
Yeah,
casting, some
Sorry, go ahead, Mr. Extrodin.
some of the casting in this extended universe is some of the best casting ever.
and also the worst.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Some, I'm not saying all of it. Like some of the actors that really got to be in these movies and play certain characters, I don't think they can beat any other. Like there's no actor that can actually beat like Henry Cavill. Like come on, this guy is Superman. Just
You
look
know,
at.
it's funny. I'm listening to all of you guys now. I've never heard you guys ever been so like beaten. Like you guys sound all disappointed.
Yeah,
You feel
Have
so
you forgotten
defeated.
Ahsoka? Have
Oh
you
yeah.
forgotten Ahsoka?
Okay, no, but Ahsoka, we weren't disappointed.
What?
Like
I
I feel like
was.
we were let down, but I feel like I feel like we all love DC, but way more than
Oh, way more than Star Wars. Yeah.
yeah. And I
Look,
feel like
no. It's
DC,
the opposite for me.
DC done right, it can like done right can topple Marvel. Done right.
No, it has. Remember, there was a time, the first four Superman movies that didn't make sense and everything that involved, what's his name?
Oh, Christopher Reeves.
Christopher Reeves.
Christopher Reeves and everything. They started this entire empire. You can't compare to the Superman movies that released back then to the that once off Spider-Man movie that released back in those times.
Yeah.
It was night and day.
And
Captain Nolan.
Lou Ferrigno's Hulk and
Also, like those first three movies, the Superman movies, narrative-wise, they were actually pretty solid. I mean, I don't understand how Superman flying around the world would reverse time, but
Time.
whatever.
yeah. But
And-
in Smallville, the series Smallville is basically based on that first movie. Like it's the
Yeah.
first Superman movie.
And also, the amount of Batman movies we've
and Tom
gotten.
Welling. And Tom Welling used to be used to be my Greek god at that back in those days, back in my closet days.
So you were singing somebody's
Ah.
every time, no?
Yeah.
That show was way too weird for me. But anyway, and the Batman stuff was running the game for a long time as well.
And
I
then
think-
and then after that Batman came about, they also were winning. They almost put Marvel out of business. That's why Blade came and saved their ass. So it has the potential. This is a sleeping giant. It's just that they just for some reason.
No, I
Marvel
think it's just a thing. It's Marvel also. It's happening with Marvel. It's a bunch of people who don't know the source material, who don't care about the source material, who are just freestyling whatever they want with these characters, and it doesn't make sense to the characters. And also, it's like, yeah, I get it. I'm a nerd, whatever. This is movies. I'm like, yeah, movies that have a structure behind them are way better than movies where you're just freestyling. I'm sorry. Like, if you're doing something based on this material, use the material. The reason why Harry Potter has lasted as long as it did is because they used the material.
Right.
Like,
That's
you
just
can't
like
tell me you're going to take a book and, like, every time that's happened in Hollywood, that thing has failed. Every time they've adapted something and they haven't reflected the source material, it's usually sunk like a rock.
Unless it's animated. But,
unless it's animated, yeah.
No, which one?
I mean, Batman Year One was not bad.
No, I'm saying Batman Year One followed the comic book.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying when they adapt something and into an animation from like a book or something.
But I'm saying, like, when they adapt it and they follow the source material, because, like, part of the reason why The Killing Joke was so bad is because that first half came from nowhere, and they were trying to give Batgirl her own Joker, and then they had Batman doing things, and it's just like, this comes from nowhere, and this is nothing, and it's also ruining the relationship between Batman, Jim Gordon, and Barbara Gordon. It was unnecessary. It's never happened in the source material. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's all where people are like, we're gonna do our own thing, and it's like,
So
don't.
we are like
That's my rant for the day.
We are like 15 minutes into the end times apparently. So, anyone's last thoughts? Or can you conclude on these wonderful sour notes, or do you have any optimism with the future works that are coming out?
I don't
No,
know. I'm hoping for Static. I'm crossing my fingers for Static Shock. Static.
I honestly don't have any hopes for DC at this point. I think they should just park it for now, relax a bit, take like a
No,
hiatus.
man, Static. Milestone Universe. Please read those books. They're not a lot.
Maybe as a series, but as a movie, I don't think they're doing great in terms of movies, man. Even with James Gunn coming in, I don't think it's
No,
gonna be
like if I was running DC right now, I would tell you guys to do the Milestone Universe. You know why? There's not a lot of material. It's like 6 characters or whatever. You spread it over 5 years. Static is literally the equivalent of Spider-Man. Peter Parker Spider-Man, that's Static. Straight.
But we already have that in Blue Beetle. That's the thing.
No, I'm saying in Static it works way better. One, Static has a lot of personality. He has a whole rogues gallery to himself. He's his own character entirely, and his power set is so versatile. Because like,
So, Mr. Buckmeister.
You don't think it would work better as a series? Do you
no,
think people
I don't think so. I don't think so. Here's why. Because like, if it's a movie, right, and they actually tell like the stuff that they did in the movies, because the way Dwayne McDuffie, the GOAT, the guy who was behind a lot of those episodes that you love of
R.I.P.
Justice League,
R.I.P.
yeah, like he made Booster Gold cool. Imagine if they took his source material and applied it to Static. The things that you would get there. The fact that there was a lot of political intrigue, but then he was able to even just make Static a superhero and push that political intrigue to the side. A lot of the villains that Static fights completely 100% unique and all of that stuff. I'm telling you.
I don't disagree with Static, but hey, I don't see people flocking the cinema for Static.
Dude, I'm telling you they would. Like, take that cartoon, take some of that stuff from the cartoon, I'm telling you, 9-9 they will be there. He's that good of a character.
So, Mr. Buckmeister, the question I need to ask is, what are the odds of the actual executives listening to this advice?
0 to none.
You just had to bust my bubble, didn't you?
No, I mean, I agree with you, though, but at the same time, there is a little bit of hope. I mean, James Gunn is probably the one most likely to take an obscure IP. Well, no, Static is not even obscure. Everybody knows Static. But to take the most unlikely thing and try and push it to the forefront.
Look what they did with Black Lightning, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's shit. But
I'm saying no. Black Lightning was I think it was solid for the first 2 seasons. I think the last 2 seasons were kind of whack. But I think the issue here is that to build this universe, right? I just think the executives need to be like the mandates that they need to hit. They need to let the creatives hit them the way they want. Like, as long as that box is checked, how it gets checked is not a problem. I think what happens now, and it's happening with Marvel as well, is that the executives are meddling in how the box gets checked. Like, they're like, we need to have this woman representation. How do we have it? We say girl power for the whole 2 hours. Not letting the writers create organic characters that will say that message anyway.
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
No, I was just going to say I am very excited for the future of DC. I like the fact that James Gunn said he's willing to let other artists make their own worlds that aren't connected to his world. So that's where I think I'll be interested in watching. The James Gunn universe itself, I think I'm going to skip that. But
the Elseworlds seem more interesting. Joker, the Batman, those are working.
Yeah.
For me, but anyway.
All right, then let's on that note, let's sign things up. Thank you for lasting until this moment. I hope you also like, comment, share, and subscribe. Yeah, we started off on a happier note. We were complaining about the filler arc, but here we are now, looking all depressed and stuff because of DC.
Yeah.
So the moral of the story is support local content.
You bleed.
Support local content. Go watch the Kizazimotos and stuff. We need to have our own universe, guys. We need to have decent entertainment out there. It's up to you now. We need to do this. We're counting on you, okay? Go out there and help. We can't do this without you, right? Right? Do us a favor and start using your spirit bomb energy that you gave to Goku years ago and give it to local content so that it can make something decent in the world. We need to tell better stories. Anyway, that being said, thank you for listening until this moment. We hope that you'd like, share, comment, and subscribe. Please spread the word around about us. As I've mentioned before, I want to become more viral than herpes. And the only way herpes spreads is through mouth to mouth. So please, so I hope that you go around spreading the word about us. Okay, kids? We will see you guys next week. These awesome people, I think, are going to be discussing Bleach. Please go to the channel, to our various channels, and Geek Heresy and everything like that. Support them as much as they support me. These guys are awesome. I'm more entertaining than I am. All right? See you guys next week. Peace out.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace.
All right.